I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis.
You know, it's interesting because I see the two films like one big movie, like it's one big story, and that when we got to the end of the first film, it was only half the story or half the journey for Arthur.
It was already destined that he was going to be king, so I think the funniness of trying to be the king and not really getting it together and being a father and trying to figure that out, you know, that was kind of funny to me.
Arthur and his brother Orm, they don't get along, but they have to set aside their differences and to come together, to work together, to try and save the planet. And I feel like that's such a universal theme and message that we can all relate to.
The idea of the two brothers getting back together and they don't like each other, but having to overcome their differences, there's just a lot of stuff that could really affect people in their own lives. Putting our differences aside to help the world, I think it's a pretty good theme right now.
People really love Atlantis in the first one. I had a lot of fun creating Atlantis. And so we, you know, because now that he's the king of Atlantis, so we're actually in Atlantis a little bit more this time. And, you know, we see how things work. We see different districts of Atlantis. We see what it's like living in the palace of Atlantis. We see other parts. You know, we visit a sort of a night market, like a fish night market in Atlantis that is very much inspired, you know, by a lot of the classic Asian night markets around the world.
Something that really works for me is I like to study animals and behavior. And so when I play a role, I put an animal to each one. So I think acting is lower on the totem pole than the actual art of storytelling and cinema, which is moving and can change the world. And as far as I'm concerned, it changed my life. So I love cinema. It's the ultimate art form: red, yellow, blue. The basic colors. Literature, painting, and music. Those are the three major art forms. All of those consume. There's your movie, there's your picture, there's your painting, here's the music, and there's the writing, there's the script. Acting's a pink, you know, like all the other things that branch off of those colors are different colors, but those are the three staples of colors that I believe, and then, you know, everything else kind of branches off to help support that. But that's when we watch those movies, you're like, greatest art form in the world is music, right? I love music. Like it's transcendent. It's the one thing that we all can agree on is language.